Jai Hind students, welcome to physics class of grade 11. Last time we discussed about the principle of homogeneity. The principle of homogeneity, what does it mean? It means that all the terms of a expression have same units. If they are having same units, definitely they will have the same dimensions. For example, if I say S equals to ut plus half of at square, what does it mean? It means its unit will be meter, its unit will be also meter, its unit it will be also meter. And if its unit is meter, it will be L, it will be L, it will be L. Let's check it out whether it is true or not. S, we know that displacement, so dimension formula is L. What about U? Initial velocity. So it is Lt minus 1. And what is the dimension formula of time? It is T plus A, no formula, acceleration Lt minus 2, and the formula of time T, so it will be T square. This T and T minus 1 cancel, T minus 2 and T square cancel. So what we get? L plus L. So what does it mean? It means that dimensions are same. So this indicates the principle of homogeneity. After this, we will do applications of dimensional analysis. What are the applications of dimensional analysis? Its first application is to check dimensional accuracy of a given physical relation. For example, let's say we have to check this v equals to u plus at. All of us know what is v here. V is final velocity. And what about u? Initial velocity. And what is a? Acceleration. And what is t? T is time. Now all of us know velocity whether initial or final, dimension formula Lt minus 1, Lt minus 1, acceleration formula Lt minus 2, time formula T. Now put the dimension formulas here, so what we will get? What is dimension formula final velocity? Lt minus 1, initial velocity Lt minus 1, acceleration Lt minus 2, time t. So when you solve this, again Lt minus 1 equals to Lt minus 1 plus Lt minus 1. What does it mean? It means that dimension formula of each and every term is same. And when dimension formula of each and every term is same, we say that the given equation is dimensionally correct. Any formula that you have done in your junior classes, is that formula correct or incorrect? Okay, in the grade 10, you have done a famous mirror formula 1 by f equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u. Is this formula correct or incorrect? Remember, in this case, v is different from this. V is here image distance, distance between image and mirror. And what is u? Object distance. And what is f? Focal length. Can you tell me what is their dimension formula? L. L. Here it is L. So let's check it out. 1 over L equals to 1 over L plus 1 over L. L to the power minus 1. L to the power minus 1 plus L to the power minus 1. What does it mean? It means that this formula is dimensionally correct. Third is, if I write another formula that you have also done in the grade 10, 1 by f equals to 1 by v minus 1 by a. What is this formula? Length formula. Now let me change this formula. If I say 1 by f equals to 3 by v plus 2 by u, is this formula dimensionally correct or incorrect? Let's check it out. Now here in this case it is 1 by L. 3 has no dimensions, but V has having dimensions, so it is 1 by L. It is minus 1 by L. So when I will check it out, what I will get? L to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 1. This formula is again dimensionally correct. We know that this formula is incorrect, but dimensionally it is correct because unit of each and every term is same. So this formula is dimensionally correct. Now let's do some typical sum, some difficult question. I'm giving you a formula y equals to a sine omega t. This is the formula of simple harmonic motion. What is y here? Y here is displacement. And what is a here? Maximum displacement, which is also called the amplitude. You might have studied amplitude in grade 9 in simple pendulum. And what is omega? Angular frequency. Okay, its formula is 2 pi into frequency, and t here is time. What is the dimension formula of displacement? L. Again maximum displacement L. Frequency formula was t. When you multiply t minus 1, when you multiply the 2 pi, it will again become t minus 1, and here it is t. Now if I put this dimension formula here, how I will check this formula is correct? You have to check such a question in two ways. One is, let's check it out whether it is correct. L equals to L. This is correct. Now sine omega t. What should be here? Theta should be here. And what are the dimensions of theta? It is dimensionless quantity. We have to check it out whether this quantity is dimensionless or not. Omega t, omega is t minus 1. It is t, so answer is t to the power 0. It means it is correct. Let me explain again how we check the relations of such type. Y equals to a sine omega t. First you will check that y and a both are the length, so it's correct. Now then I will check sine omega t whether it is correct or incorrect. I know that sine is of theta, right? So I will check it out. What are the dimensions of omega t? Omega t minus 1 t to the power 0, and this is same as that of angle, so it means that the given relation is dimensionally correct. Now second use is to derive a physical relation. How we can derive a physical relation? on the basis of this. Now, for example, what I'm asking you, what I'm telling you, let you are given a question. What the question is? Acceleration of a body moving along a circle may depend on its mass m, speed v, radius r. Derive its expression. How we can derive its expression? Solution is acceleration depends on m to the power a. If this a is positive, I will say that a is directly proportional to m. If a is 0, I will say that, and m to the power 0 means 1, I will say that a is not depending on m. And if a is negative, what does it mean? It means that it is inversely proportional to this. For example, if a came 1, I will say that m is directly proportional to, a is directly proportional to m. If a is minus 1, I will say that a is directly m to the power minus 1, or I can say a is inversely proportional to m. So this, it includes directly and inversely proportional both. Second is a is directly proportional to speed to the power b, and a is directly proportional to the radius to the power c. If I combine all these terms, what I will get? A is directly proportional to m to the power a, v to the power b, r to the power c. Capital R these. Whenever I am having relation of this type, I can convert it into equation by using concept of constant of proportionality. Here k is a constant of proportionality, and this k is also a dimensionless constant. So I can say a, it equals to, what is a? Acceleration. Now what I will do? Writing dimensional formula on both sides. So what you will get? A is Lt minus 2 and k has no formula. M means capital M, mass. Formula of velocity is Lt minus 1, power b. R means radius, L to the power c. Now here I am having a term of m, so let me also include a term of m here. I will write m to the power 0. Right? Again m to the power a, L to the power b, t to the power minus b, and L to the power c. Now solve it further. M to the power a, L to the power b, and here we are having 2, L to the power b, L to the power c. What can I write? L to the power b plus c, because when bases are same, powers are added, and L and t to the power minus b. So equating powers on both sides, what we will get? We will get A is 0, minus B equals to minus 2, minus minus cancelled, so B equals to 2, and here B plus C, here B plus C is 1, L to the power, B plus C is 1 and B is 2 plus C 1, so C equals to 1 minus 2 minus 1. Now put in 1, what I will get? A equals to K times M to the power 0, V to the power 2 and R to the power minus 1. So I got K V square by R. So this is the expression that I got. Remember, K is a dimensionless constant here. Let's do one more example. Now, you have done in your junior classes, potential energy depends on mass, acceleration due to gravity, its symbol is small g, and height. My question is, derive expression of potential energy. Now, its solution is very simple. I am representing potential energy by E. Potential energy depends on mass m to the power A, acceleration due to gravity g to the power B, height h to the power C. Now let me convert it into an equation. Y equals to k m to the power A, g to the power B, h to the power C. And what is k here? Here k is dimensionless constant. Now, what is m here? M is mass, formula capital M. Acceleration due to gravity, same as that of acceleration, Lt minus 2, and height, it's again a length, so formula L. And what is the formula of energy? We have done yesterday, m L square T minus 2. Let's do this. Writing dimension formula on both sides of 1, what I will get? M L square T minus 2. K is dimensionless. What about A? M? It is M. What is G? Lt minus 2 power B H L to the power C. No. Solve this. It is m to the power A, L to the power B, T to the power minus 2, because these are the powers. L to the power C. What I will get? M L square T minus 2. It is m to the power A, L to the power, they will be added, base is same, B plus C, and T to the power minus 2B. Now what I will do? Comparing powers on both sides, we get A equals to 1. Why? A equals to 1. And B plus C, 2 minus 2B minus 2 minus minus plus. So B equals to 1. So I put B here, 1 here, 1 plus C, 2. So C, it again is equal to 1. So put in 1. E equals to K times M G H. So E equals to K times mgh, and here all of you know formula is mgh, so here K is 1. There is no method by which you can calculate K. You have to assume this. In the previous case I have said that it is K. Here K is also 1, right? So here E equals to mgh. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a great day.